I wanted to share a funny story with y'all, right? It's not a recent story, but it made me, something that happened today made me think about it. So the story was when Olivia was like 6 years old and her brother Isaiah was like maybe 11, I don't know, somewhere around that age. Anyway, they were arguing, they were beefing in the living room, right? They were beefing about like PlayStation remotes because we had two different remotes and one had like powerful vibration to it, and the other one had no vibration to it. And they both preferred the vibrating one. So since we only had one, they were arguing over it anyway. So anyway, I'm minding my business. Let them handle their own beef, right? So Zaya was like, okay, let's play rock, paper, scissors. And Olivia was like, fine, let's play it. I'm definitely going to win. So me, I don't even know what rock, paper, scissors is, right? I had no clue, never heard of it in my life. So then they started playing this game called Rock, Paper, Scissors, right? And they started doing this rock, paper, scissors. Huh? And I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Why y'all call it rock, paper, scissors? And Zay was like, that's the name. I said, that is not the name. I said, that is not the name. And Olivia was like, yes, it is. I said, what? That is not the name. I said, the name is Janken. And they started laughing. I was like, it's Janken Bone. And they were cracking the hell up, y'all. I mean, they almost flatlined how much they were laughing at me. Like I was speaking a foreign language or something. But I was like, yo, I've been playing the game since I was your age, even younger than your age. How you gonna tell me the name of it when I'm older than you? It's called Janken, Janken Bo. I call the show, right? So I was like, hold on, you know what? Let me call grandma. So I called my mother and I'm like, Mom, you remember that game that you made us play when we were kids to win stuff from you where we bang our hands and open our fists? And she said, yeah, Junkin. So I said, you see? So I was like, you see? I had her on speakerphone. And she was like, Junkin, boom. And I was like, yes, exactly. I said, Mom, the kids are calling it rock, paper, scissors. So she's laughing. She's like, oh, such stupidness. She said, Despina, your children are American. They don't understand nothing. So I was like, yeah, because they're really telling me it's called rock, paper, scissors. She said, tell them I've been playing the game since I was a little girl in Japan. So I said, see, even grandma was playing the game in her country in Japan when she was Olivia's age. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bye, Mom. And so I was like, yeah, it's called Janken Bone. So I don't know where you get this rock, paper, scissors from. But, and then Bruce comes in. I was like, Bruce comes in. I tell the kids to show Bruce the game. So they play in the game. And I was like, ooh, what is that game called? I thought he was going to say Janken Bone, right? So he says it's called rock, paper, scissors. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is a rock, paper, scissor? So he was like, what do you call it? I said, I call it by this name, John Ken. So then I was like, maybe I'm saying it Japanese. Maybe in America they say rock, paper, scissors. But if that's the case, I've been playing. I was born and raised in this country, y'all. This country, America, right? I was about 30 years old already at this time and had three children, three human American children. And I still was playing this, like in group homes and everything in the streets with my friends. I was playing Janken Bone, right? Every time this game came up in the streets, I played it and I recited Janken Bone, right? I called this show. And that's what I was saying. And not one friend ever corrected me and saying, Debbie, what are you saying? It's called rock, paper, scissors. Not one friend told me that. So I grew up my whole life thinking the game was called Janken Bone. Yeah, but I just wanted to tell y'all, I didn't know what rock, paper, scissors was until I was well into my 30s. Yeah, I'm dumb. But I was smoking. Oh, listen, that's a damn shame, though. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that embarrassing shit. It's called rock, paper, scissors. Well, actually, it's called Janken because I believe Janken originates. Actually, it does originate in Asia, in Japan and Asia. So it is a Japanese game that Americans now use, and they call it rock, paper, scissors. But the original name is Janken, and it's always going to be Janken for me. I'm never going to play rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, I don't even know how to say it in American. Rock, paper, scissors, something. And then what do you say next? Because we say Janken Pon, I call that show. So what do you say? Rock, paper, scissors, and then what's next? Rock, paper, scissors, and then you just rock, paper, scissors again. Like I don't even know how you play it, but yeah, I just want to tell you that little funny ass story. It was hilarious. 30 years old, born and raised in America, ain't never heard of no game called rock, paper, scissors. That was crazy. Bye.